Yali Mother to all friends and welcome. Inshallah, we will continue today with the third topic after Ramzan, Roza. Today we will cover Laylatul Qadr and Eid. At the end, you will see why we have taken these four subjects together and how they are not only literally and physically connected, but there is a purpose in this order. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the blessed name of the Imam Zaman, Nur Maulana Shah Rahim Al Hussaini Hazir Imam, Ya Maulai Mehrban, Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Ya Maulai Mehrban, Madad Farma, Madad Farma. Laylatul Qadr. There is not a single Muslim in the world who does not have some kind of understanding of Laylatul Qadr. Zahiri or Batini, everyone have some understanding of this night. Most famous and most practiced in Islam. In this night, as a reminder to all the Muslims that there is a night which is more powerful, more blessed than any other night of the month or the year. Only thing that they do not know is which night that is. Just like yesterday, let's look at some of the facts. Fact that this is a night in the month of Ramzan. Fact, in this night, the Qur'an was revealed. Yesterday we said the Qur'an was revealed in the month of Ramzan. Today we are saying the Qur'an was revealed in this night, the night of Laylatul Qadr. Fact or the question that we do not know which night that is, because Quran itself says, O Rasul, how do you know which night this is? Meaning, how would we know which night is this powerful night? Fact, according to the Quran, this night is better than 1,000 months. Just imagine 1,000 months. That is our entire lifetime. 83 plus years. Average person does not even live to be 83. Average person does not even live to be 83. Meaning this one night is equal to our entire life. Meaning there would be only one night like this in our lifetime. Only one night. Fact, according to the Quran, in this night, the Spirit and the angels descends with Amr Ilahi, the command of Allah, by the work of Allah. But also, This night is only blessed until the rise of the dawn, until the next morning. Meaning all the blessing remains in the night, within the night. Meaning whatever you need to do, whatever you are trying to find, whatever blessings you are seeking is in this night, not after that. But we don't know which night that is. In Ismaili Tariqah, and I could say same for in the religion of Islam, there are many occasions. For example, in Ismaili Tariqah, we have a Chandrat, Kushalis, like Navroz, or other majalis like Eid Milad Nabi or Yom Ali or the Imamat Day or the Salgira Mubarak of the Imam Zaman, which only comes once a year or once a month, in example of Chandrat, or 2 Eids twice a year. So, since we are in this subject of Laylatul Qadr, few days ago, we all rushed to Jamaat Khana. We all had Laylatul Qadr in our mind. Let's say for a day or two before then. But the very next morning, after we came from Jamaat Khana, we rested. Some of us went to work. Some of us just got with our life. And by today, completely forgotten. By today, completely forgotten. Whereas these days, and I just named a bunch of them, are the reminder for us to continue to seek and find. In this example, the most powerful light, and in our Batini side of it, we will explain what is Laylatul Qadr, but not too much, as this chapter has been drummed up many times by many scholars. My purpose here is to bring your attention to the facts, so we may understand the purpose and the actuality, the understanding of such event. That is my purpose. And as you can see, we have taken this from a totally different angle, almost like teaching and learning from the basic. And that is my purpose. Let's take the example of Chandrat. We go to Jamaat Khana, the most busiest day and the night in the Jamaat Khana. But the very second day, the day after, we don't even think about Chandrat. Another example, because there are so many new Faramin and long Faramin coming recently of the Imam Zaman. It's been read in Jamaat Khana on Fridays, sometime even on Saturday, Sunday, to finish a farman. But the very next day, we don't remember that farman. The reason is because we are not pondering on it, we are not understanding the purpose of those occasions was for us to reflect on it. Purpose of reading the Farman was to reflect on the words, the guidance of the Imam. Not to listen from one ear and out from the other. Not to be present in one night or one day or celebrate on that one day and then forgotten the next. That was never the purpose. It was there to draw our attention that our life on this earth is very short, and this kind of occasions, this kind of days and nights are there to remind us of our soul, the permanent life hereafter. Permanent life hereafter. Matter of fact, each night, each day, each occasion gives us opportunity to learn, to learn, to learn. Let's look at a Farman Mubarak, which we read yesterday and again today. So we don't forget, we're not going to read the entire Farman like we did yesterday, just one paragraph out of it. Farman comes from Imam-e-Zaman, Maulana Shah Karim al-Hussaini, back in 1967, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. It is important that in learning parts of the Quran, and I'm going to add my words, such as Surah Qadr, because that is the subject of the day. You must clearly understand the meaning. Then a condition is put. If you recite parts of the Quran, again my own words, such as Surah Qadr, our friend just recited for us, certain words must represent to you a concept. Again, in this surah, the word like powerful light, word like soul and the angels, word like better than 1,000 months, word like that care is only up until the rise of the dawn. Word like those must represent to you a concept, a great understanding, a focal point, a word to ponder on. Imam says, if you study the Quran Sharif, this concept will become well known to you. Again, what is the condition? If you study the Quran Sharif. This concept will become well known to you, and then through you to the Jamaat at large. This takes many years of study. You cannot just do this one time, once a year, half sleeping, tired in Jamaat Khana, and trying to listen to this one surah and think you got it. You have understood. Remember what I said a few minutes ago? The very next morning we forget. Imam is telling us this takes a practice of many years. I don't want you to think, Imam says, that this can be learned easily or without hard work. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. This Furman is so clear. I don't think you even need my help or interpretation. Very, very clear. That what we are doing one time a year, or what we should be doing, is the practice of lifetime, practice of many years, practice when you are ready to practice such a great and deep concepts of our tariqah, of our religion, of Islam and Ismaili tariqah. Why is it more important in our tariqah? Because our tariqah is the tariqah of the batin. So here, let's talk about, and I did mention that yesterday, that rest of the Muslim and some of the Ismailis, when we come to the month of Ramzan and the night of Laylat Qadr, we practice, and I'm talking about most of the Muslim and some of the Ismaili, as a part of the Shariat and part of the tradition, Sunnah. So we follow. So we follow. I want to give you an example with much apology. What does a child do? A child follow the action of the parents without any question, without any understanding. He or she mimics what parents do or older siblings do, without any question, without any understanding. That was the reason I said all the other Muslims and some of the Ismailis. But then some of the other Ismailis, they ponder on it. They ask question. They want to understand. And Shukr Alhamdulillah, so many scholars in this month have come forward to give the ilm, the understanding of this event. And most of you who are the seeker of the ilm have joined and have taken the ilm and understanding of it. But if we forget after that, the very next day, then we will become the part of those who are mimicking others like a child. My belief is that you are not one of those. That is my belief for you, that you are not one of those. You truly want to seek and you truly want to learn, and therefore you are here. And I'm sure all of you have listened to the Batini understanding of Laylatul Qadr. So I'm not even here for that. I just wanted to bring you the facts, the words, way it is. And then, of course, if you ask me question about the batin of it, then I will explain the batin of it. Only then. Because our foundation must come from what is the facts and what is in the front of us. Because without that foundation, when we try to learn something which we have not read or do not know or do not have the full facts, then pretty soon, sometime within hours or within the days, we will lose that understanding because we did not have the facts. So let's look at the surah itself, which was just recited by our friend for us in Arabic. First of all, I do want to, for the sake of full disclosure, I am not Hafiz al-Quran. I do not know Arabic, but I love Quran. And inshallah, whenever Imam have helped, and he does help a lot, whenever his mercy is with us, and his mercy is always with us, and whenever he gives tawfiq, and his tawfiq remains with us, then we do understand Quran. हाफिज कुरान नहीं मैं, आशिक कुरान हूं. हाफिज कुरान नहीं मैं, आशिक कुरान हूं. आया कुर्सी में मुझको जुमला कुरान याद है. With that, Surah 97, which is Surah Al-Qadr, 5 ayat, and we will read slowly one by one. And what are we looking for? Those key words. Be careful in your translation. Be careful. If you like to take a screenshot of this screen, take this screenshot, as this is the most correct translation. I'm not saying it's the correct translation. I'm saying most correct translation. So understand that part. उर्दू में क्विकली बताता चलो, अगर आप अपने कुरान के अंदर इस सूरह को देखते हैं तो ध्यान रखना कि ट्रांसलेशन में गलतियां हैं. आपके सामने जो ट्रांसलेशन पेश किया जा रहा है वो इंग्लिश में है. अगर आप चाहें तो इसको देखकर उसका उर्दू में अच्छी तरह से ट्रांसलेशन कर सकते हैं. लेकिन ये एक ट्रांसलेशन है और कोशिश की गई है कि उसको अच्छी तरह से ट्रांसलेट किया जाए. ये कोशिश की गई है. So let's come to 5 ayat of Surah Al-Qadr and key words within. First of all, Allah speaks to the reader of the Quran in few different ways. He speaks to us by saying I, me, he, them, we, and us. So when you read Quran, pay attention to how Allah is speaking. It will bring a concept to you. It will give you a different understanding. For example, when you say I alone, you see that? I alone. When you say he is the one who creates, or when you say, we have, it should bring a concept to you. So now in this ayat, number one, he used the word we. We have indeed revealed it in the night of Qadr. Yesterday in Surah 2, Ayah Baqarah, Surah Baqarah, ayat number 185, he says, I have revealed the Quran, the word Quran was there. I have revealed the Quran in the month of Ramzan. Here he says, we have indeed revealed what Quran is not there. In your Quran, when you read the translation, look up in the Arabic word, you will not find the word Quran. The word is it. What is this it? What did Imam says in this Farman? Certain words will bring a concept to you. Remember, I'm not giving you this tawil today. But as I will explain, my purpose, my task today is not, because you have already heard, even myself many times talking about the tawil of it. Today, we are just talking about the facts. I want to draw your attention to the words of the Quran. And be careful when you are reading the translation, because words are added, altered, changed, omitted in the translation. So we be very careful. We have indeed revealed it, and we don't know what that it is, in the night of Qadr. And what do you know? What will make you know? Speaking to Prophet and speaking to the readers of the Quran. Allah is speaking directly to you. What will make you know what the night of Qadr is? In other words, Prophet did not know which night. And Allah is challenging you. What will make you? How will you know? What can you do to find out what is the night of Qadr? You see that? Be careful when you're reading the Quran. Number 3, the night of Qadr is better than 1,000 months. In other words, if you find this night of Qadr, you are done. You are done for the rest of your life. We read this, but do we believe that this night is equal to 1,000 months? Meaning 83 plus years? Meaning we only need to do what we are doing once in our lifetime. We read this, but I can assure you, by your action, you do not believe it. You read this ayat, it's been told to you many times over, but you don't believe it. How do I know you don't believe it? By your action, because you present yourself every year again and again. Some of us, depending on our age, 60 times, 50 times, 40 times, 30 times. If this was enough for rest of our life, And if we had believed it, why do we present ourselves again and again? Someone can say, because last year I was not able to successfully find that night, so I present myself again this year, trying to find that night. Perfect. That would be a good answer. That would be a good answer to yourself. Perfect. But we don't even know which night that is. We don't know which night of Ramzan that is. Then how do you answer to yourself, it is the night in which you went to Jamaat Khana? Because I also know this, and I cannot speak for everyone, but counting the number of the people that come to Jamaat Khana in the morning every day is less than 1%. Out of, let's say, 5,000 Jamaat, we don't find 50 people in the morning. That's less than 1%. Meaning we only go, I hope not once a year, but once in a while. But definitely we go once a year on Laylat Qadr, trying to find the night. What about there was not the night? It was some other night. Because common belief amongst the Muslimin is it's going to be the last 10 nights of the year, and then to cut it down a little bit more closer, the last 10 nights, but the odd nights. So there would be, starting from the bottom, 29th, 27th, 25th, 23rd, and even 21st. Shukran Alhamdulillah, we have decided that it would be 23rd night. So we rush, we run, we prepare on the 23rd of Ramzan. Another fun fact, your Ramzan and 23rd may not be the same in other countries. Because sometimes Pakistan, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, the big countries, Muslim countries, have different beginning of the Ramzan than in Western countries or other Muslim countries. So you may be going on 22nd or 24th of the night. Those are just fun facts. My job is just to give you the facts. And why am I doing that? So you may think. So you may ponder on it. So you may reflect on it. That is the purpose. Unlike our normal session, where we are talking about the Zahir and the Batin, here we are just talking about facts and sometimes fun facts, like one I just gave to you. Let's come to ayat number 4. The angels and the spirit descends in it by the permission of their Lord with all kinds of decrees. Meaning, in this night, angels and the souls are descending, but we never see, but we never feel. So what are they doing? And another question comes to mind. What time of the night do they start to descend? Because, and you know, another fun fact, the night begins in some of the countries almost 18, 20 hours before our night begins. So what if the angels came and gone because it was night in, let's say, Australia, let's say Asia, 12 hours before our night. So angel came because you were busy with your work during the daytime, they left. And now your nighttime comes and you think their angels are coming and they don't come. Okay, let's flip the globe. They were supposed to come in nighttime when it is your nighttime in Western atmosphere. And they started their ibadah 12 hours before you did. Angels had not even descended. Souls have not even come because they were supposed to follow the night in the Western atmosphere, not in the Eastern atmosphere. So they were waiting. They came too early and they missed it. So who knows when, in what atmosphere? Do we ever wonder about that? Do we ever think about that? How come we don't ask question? Because if we take this ayat at its word, at its zahir, the way they are written, without understanding the batin, without understanding the concepts which are given, without understanding the batin of it, then you are just mimicking something without knowing, without understanding, without asking question. And what does Imam tells us? I remember just recently, last year, our present Imam, Shah Rahim al-Hussaini Hazir Imam, Salatullah alayhi, said, if you have a concern, if you have a question, ask. Ask. How come we don't ask? The last ayat. Peace it is. The salamati. Only until the rising of the dawn. That's it. So what happens after that? Can we not get salamati after that? Again, the same question will come. Remember, it was night there and the sun came up, the dawn, the bright light, the beginning of the morning, and we didn't even start our ibadat yet. So salamati was already gone. So everything and anything we do doesn't even matter. If we are thinking of the salamati and there is an end of that salamati at one time or the other. Those are the fun facts that we need to ponder on. This is the end of our Laylatul Qadr facts and fun facts and talk. This is a totally different lesson. This is not the lesson that you may have ever heard before. Just so you may ponder on it, think about it. Let's come to our last subject, Eid, and then I will tell you why we have this order, Ramzan, Roza, Laylatul Qadr, and Eid. The timeline. Fun facts. Eid, meaning feast or festival or celebration. But the word Eid also means return to the known or back to the original. Eid means come back the way you were. Fun fact. We have two major Eids, the feast of Ramzan, Eid al-Fitr, and the feast celebration of sacrifice, Eid al-Adha. Eid al-Adha. Two Eids. The word Eid is mentioned not for the purpose of celebration of the Eid, nowhere in Quran. Quran does not tell us to celebrate these two Eid mentioned above. But Eid's word is only mentioned once, and I'd like to thank Kial for that, to bring this to my attention. Thank you. Only once for the Hazrat Isa that takes the feast celebration, and that's the only time it's mentioned in Surah Maida, ayat number 114. Otherwise, the command of Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha is not there. Another fact. Matter of fact, Eid is a tradition or the sunnah of the Rasul. Sunnah of the Rasul. And reference is given here from the Sahih Bukhari, chapter number 953. This is a tradition, not the command of Allah, but sunnah of Rasul, that we are having two Eids of the year. Another fact, Eid namaz must be offered in open space, not under a roof. And you all know, and you must have seen it, the Eid namaz is offered in the open area of the masjid, parking lot of the Jamaat Khanas, or the parks, street, other open areas outside. Because, what is the reason for that? Because Eid namaz is to declare the end of the feast in the month of Ramzan, and to declare the Qurbani in the Eid of Adha, that you have given the Qurbani, so give Qurbani. That is the announcement there. To give Qurbani. And you cannot announce something in a confined, closed area. You have to openly declare and announce. So Eid namaz is offered in open area outside. Those are the facts. Farman. And this is a beautiful farman, because somebody had asked me one time, long time back, did you know, and this is fun fact, that you cannot keep Roza on the day of Eid? You cannot have Roza on the day of Eid. Fun fact. Even if a beach falls on Eid, you cannot keep beach. Beach is not allowed. If beach falls on the same day of the Eid, you cannot observe beach. Look at the Farman. Did you know this? Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah in 1914 just happened to be in Zanzibar the day before Eid, on Thursday, day before Chandrat, on the day of beach. And Imam says, tomorrow is Friday beach, don't keep it, because that would be against the Sunnah. So don't feast, because I am present here, thus celebrate Eid tomorrow. What it means in this, that today is the Eid, because I am present today. Today is your beach, today is your Eid, tomorrow you do not need to keep Roza because that would be against the Sunnah. So tomorrow you celebrate the Zahiri Eid. So don't keep Roza tomorrow. Don't keep Beach tomorrow. If Beach falls on Idul, in one of those Eid, Idul Adha or Idul Fitr, you cannot observe Beach on Eid because you cannot fast. You cannot have Roza on the Eid. That is against the Sunnah. So I looked it up. Where does it say we cannot have Roza on the Eid? There is an entire understanding, prohibition of the feast. According to the Hadith, Sunnah Ibn Majah, it is forbidden to fast on Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. The Rasul had forbidden it, that you cannot do that. And therefore, Imam is telling us, those are the fun facts, and we should know these things. So we will end with the Farman Mubarak, and then I will give you one last lesson, and we will end. Again, in Zanzibar, in 1905 this time, Imam talks about 2 Eids in 12 months. But then he says, whenever I visit, whenever I'm present, it is always Eid. On top of that, Imam says, but when you build a Jamaat Khana and present in it, then that is the day of Eid. In other words, there will be Eid in the Jamaat Khana every day for the 12 months because I'm always present in Jamaat Khana. And whenever I'm present is a day of the Eid. So those 2 Eid are reminder that whenever we find Imam, whenever Imam is present, that will be the day of Eid for you. That is the day of Eid. Our Imam, the 23rd Imam, Imam Hassan Allah Zikriya Salam, declared the Eid in the middle of the Ramzan by saying that break the feast. Remember, he was present. He was giving the farman, saying, that's it. Today is the day of Eid for you. Whenever Imam is present, is the day of Eid. Last lesson, why are we talking about in this particular order? Ramzan, Roza, Laylat Qadr, and Eid. And why did we choose this subject at this point? Ramzan is the recognition of Imam. Roza is the way to purify ourselves so we may recognize the Imam. The day or the night in which night in the bandagi, in your ibadat, the night that you find the Nur-e-Imam, the recognition of Imam, will be the most powerful light in your lifetime. That would be your Laylat Qadr, and the next day would be your Eid. उर्दू में बताने की जरूरत है कि क्यों ये 4 टॉपिक उठाए हैं। रमजान, रोजा, लैलतुल कदर, ईद। रमजान का महीना इमाम शनासी की शनाखत है, इमाम की शनाखत है, और इमाम की शनाखत पाकीज़गी से आती है जिसके लिए रोजा रखना पड़ता है। और जिस रात की इबादत में आपको इमाम का नूर, इमाम की शनाकत मिलेगी, वही रात आपके लिए लैलतुल कदर की रात होगी, सबसे ज्यादा पावरफुल रात होगी। और उसके दूसरे दिन आपके लिए ईद का दिन होगा, क्योंकि इमाम की शनाखत आपको मिल गई, इमाम का दीदार आपको मिल गया, इमाम का नूर आपको मिल गया, और वही दिन आपके लिए ईद का दिन होगा। So with that, I stop.